If anybody, when Nigerian citizens see the details of the Supreme Court statement today, they will marvel at how, after saying all these illegality that the federal government and their security agencies committed, all they had to do was that the primary court said, the appeal court said that the primary court had no jurisdiction. So they condemned the appeal court for taking that decision. Therefore, because the primary court had jurisdiction, the case should go back to them. So if in all these atrocities they committed, they had killed Nnamdi, what will be the basis of the primary court and its jurisdiction? What will be the basis of it? You know, when I started, I talked about judicial rascality. So what it empowers is security rascality. Because you cannot tell other police, army, navy, air force, condemn them plainly, and then you exonerate them. So you give them license to kill Nigerians, just like they are doing in Plateau, killing people. They are doing in Benue. Herdsmen are killing people. But you haven't had any person in this country condemn the herdsmen of Nigeria for killing hundreds of thousands of Nigerians. You haven't had them condemn the killings in southern Kaduna. So the security agencies are being encouraged to recklessness. And recklessness not about spoken word. Recklessness with gun, killing Nigerian citizens. So if anybody, when Nigerian citizens see the details of the Supreme Court statement today, they will marvel at how, after saying all these illegality that the federal government and their security agencies committed, all they had to do was that the primary court said, the appeal court said that the primary court had no jurisdiction. So they condemned the appeal court for taking that decision. Therefore, because the primary court had jurisdiction, the case should go back to them. So if in all these atrocities they committed, they had killed Nnamdi, what will be the basis of the primary court and its jurisdiction? What will be the basis of it? And look at the whole panel, about 7 judges, not one Igbo man, not one person from the southeast, not one person from the south. So it's a contrived business to put that boy, to put him behind bar. And we have been asking that they should turn him to Kuje prison. They refuse. Why wouldn't they allow him to go to Kuje prison? Why keep him at the DSS? Why? So it shows you that Nigeria is not interested in fighting insecurity. Because if they were interested and they love this country, they would have seen that Nnamdi Kanu is a major instrument that will bring security. Southeast will be a beginning. The other parts of the country would have been a follow-up. So it's unfortunate that you condemn security forces for the crimes they commit and you exonerate them by keeping Nnamdi Kanu there and asking that we go back again, to start case from, Federal High Court Africa. What actually is the sin of Nnamdi Kanu? Asking for justice for everything. That's what he's saying. That the Southeast has been completely, excommunicated from everything that happens in this country. So we pray that this young man, I don't know whether you have had the privilege to speak with him, one of the most brilliant young men you can ever come across. Not only is he brilliant, but well spoken. Why this one shows you that we have no values. Can you imagine a boy that a whole zone respects? A whole zone respects him. Who else, apart from M.I. Opara in those days and Dr. Nnamdi, they don't have as much respect as this young man. That would have been an advantage for Tinubu and his government with the National Security Advisor to say, look, how do we seriously start to curb this insecurity in the country? If this boy is so loved by his people, why don't we sit him down and discuss with him, know where he's coming from? If there are things he's agitating against we can solve, we'll start doing something. And look at Northwest and Northeast. Look at where the country is today. Everywhere is war, killing people. Killing is no more, it's an admirable, concept in Nigeria now. Any day nobody is killed, you don't hear it, then it's abnormal. But in the normal day, hundreds killed in herdsmen in Benue Plateau, in southern Kaduna, in the southeast, then not to talk of the bandits and Boko Haram in northeast and northwest. That one is a daily occurrence, killing hundreds of thousands. We're a country without statistics. If we have good statistics, people will riot to know the number of Nigerians who are dying. Every town now, in all parts of the country, people are burying people. People go to bed, they won't wake up. So it's all cumulative effect of the total insecurity. Probably you do work somewhere, nobody pays you. You are working for somebody, you are not paid. You go to bed, you are thinking of what you will tell your wife in the morning. You can't pay school fees. The man goes to bed and won't wake up. I will say, God, please take my life. Why am I living? When a man cannot take care of his immediate family, what life is it anymore? And you don't want people to react. Young men leave school, no work. And they see somebody who rigged an election and goes to Abuja and he buys a armored plated jeep for 160 million, and he wants him to go and sleep. His parents sell their property to train our young men and women, and they come out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. They can't say good morning, thank you to their parents. They look at their parents without any hope of tomorrow. Parents who have trained their children, we should have hope that their children should get back to take care of them. But it's not the case in Nigeria. And we don't appear, our legislators are not interested. Executive all over the place are not interested. So I don't know how this problem will be sorted out. I normally find it very difficult to discuss a profession that I'm not one. But common sense also tells you that you can reason. If somebody is talking, you can reason. But it's painful because some patriotic peoples, I saw 1 or 2 senators there who left everything they were doing to come to the Supreme Court with some hope. Because if you listen to the judgment of the appeal court, it was fundamentally very literate, accommodating on every aspect of it. So people were very hopeful that the appeal court will uphold the judgment of the Court of Appeal. The Supreme Court will uphold the judgment of the Court of Appeal, and that would have been a case done for. But unfortunately, because if you were in the Supreme Court, like I was, we were there as early as 8:30 in the morning. And when he started running this judgment, on every aspect of that case, he condemned it. The Supreme Court condemned the federal government of Nigeria. In fact, they used the word illegality not less than 20 times. The killing of people at Nnamdi Kanu'S father's compound, they even named the number of people killed, the rendition from Kenya, how he was kidnapped. It was difficult to believe that after condemning the security services for unauthorized and unorthodox behavior, kidnapping Nigerians and killing people anyhow, I have never seen a court with that kind of finality in terms of condemning public officers who were working for government, telling them, you don't take the laws into your hands, only to finally, because they said they disagreed with the appeal court, that the lower court had no jurisdiction. It was the basis of what they are doing, that they should now go back to that court because it has jurisdiction to hear the case in the first place. That's just a matter of it. So if Nnamdi Kanu dies, after all this illegality, what case are they going to hear? This boy has been under detention for how many years now? Even the Supreme Court was asking all these questions too. The illegality that has been meted against him, and yet they say we'll go back again to the federal high courts, where we then will start begging for bail. He even condemned the government, that court, for revoking his bail. That was the exact statement of the Supreme Court. So you don't even know the basis of their final decision. So when people say that there is a judicial rascality in this country, you cannot but agree with those people, because unless it affects you, you won't appreciate why they said so. Because when you at the whole Supreme Court, everybody bent his face down. All lawyers were so astonished. To talk of embarrassment is an understatement. But in all cases, as a Christian, we give glory to God.
When you want to start, you tell us. Hello, everybody. Today is the 8th of October. I'm here with some of the members of the legal team. We just emerged from the closure of proceedings in the case of Nnamdi Kanu for today. The story is not going to be too long, it's very short. The prosecution made a motion, an application to adjourn this matter because the Nigerian Medical Association did not file the report that the court mandated it to file on the last adjourned date. And that report, the kernel of that report is actually to advise the court whether Nnamdi Kanu is fit for trial, about continuation of trial, and whether he deserves to be transferred to a hospital, i.e. the National Hospital. So that report was not in, so for that reason the prosecution made a motion an application to adjourn the matter to another day, and the judge granted the application and adjourned the matter to 16th October.
So on the issue of medical counsel, yesterday medical counsel sat on the issue that has to do with Professor Aj, and when I got the information, I went to that place because I've written a petition against the DSSS doctor, the one that never examined Mazen and the Kalan, wrote a report. That was a couple of years ago, and nothing happened. Then I also wrote another one against the doctor that never examined Nnamdi Kanu, but had the audacity to depose 37 paragraph affidavit, countering the report of Professor Aj. But surprisingly, they left to my own petition and they created another issue. I went there, confronted them with it, so they succeeded in intimidating me and harassing me with a petition against me at the FPDC. But that one is a different ballgame altogether. Now to the President, Mr. President, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, please, as a matter of urgency, direct Attorney General to discontinue this funny charge. This charge is embarrassing Nigeria the more, and the more they keep on applying for adjournment. I know that they must have advised you, telling you that they don't have a case. I heard them saying. So in order to protect the integrity of Nigeria, please allow them to discontinue this particular charge, and so that the Mazen and Kanu will continue with his agitation. Address all those issues that gave rise to the agitation. Everything will calm down. Anything short of that, if Nnamdi Kanu is released, he's expected to continue with the agitation. That is the naked truth. There's no going back. And all those people that are dancing around you, praising you, they are deceiving you. They are making your government unpopular. We are the people that are helping your government, telling you the truth. Attorney General will not tell you the truth, of course. No, don't touch me. Attorney General will not tell you the truth, and then person will not. We are the people that will tell you the truth. They don't have a case against Mazen and Kanu. Of course, you know that had it been that Nnamdi Kanu is from the north or from the southwest, he will not be here today. They are doing him because he's from Igbo. Nobody should touch me. Allow me to express myself. It's my right. So Nnamdi Kanu is suffering this thing because he's an Igbo. He's from southeast. Those of you that are in the House of Assembly, Senate, bench warmers, will watch what is going on. At the appropriate time, we will tell you people that yes, the masses are watching you. Thanks and have a nice day. Yes.
We are saying that if they like, the government of the day should apply for record of proceedings so that they will realize the frivolity of the charges and the evidence already before the court. There is no reason for this prosecution. All the decisions of the court ought to be reviewed so that they will know the frivolity of what is happening before the court. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, all lovers of freedom. Please take a listening to what I'm saying. Nigeria is a country we all love and we want to love, but we cannot love this country unless this country begins to do equity, begins to do justice, and begins to do fair play and fairness to every citizen of the country. Chief Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu went into the Biafra civil war because of injustice. Now, Ralph Wazulike went into agitation for Biafra because of injustice. Today, Nnamdi Kanu is fighting the same injustice. And let me tell us, even if Nnamdi Kanu today stops today, there will be 10,000 other Nnamdi Kanu out there willing to take up the fight. And I must tell us that even my own children know that we are first of all Biafrans before we are Nigerians. Nobody can take that from us. We are first of all Biafrans before we are Nigerian. Just like you are Oduduwa before you are, or Yoruba before you are Nigerian. Just like you are Arewa before you are Nigerian. Nobody can take our identity away from us. So let Nigeria know this and know this.
They should not manipulate the reports, because we have already had the reports before they came, and when they examined Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, they even detected more inmates that even the previous doctor could not even see. So that when they are writing their report, they should not manipulate it, because we already had the report before even the actual report they are going to bring.
You don't shut me down. You also have the right to speak. It is important, Mr. Speaker, that this House takes cognizance
is compromised
of the issue of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu.
That you can bring it up, and I thought that particular position is talking in respect of instances where the issues is beyond your control. But this is not what a letter from you to from yourself to me.
Yes, sir. The
when
letter
you
is
have,
here.
as a member,
Mr. Speaker.
direct access to come to my office and seek for explanation.
Mr. Speaker,
Why?
I've been
Why
to
do
your
you
office.
have to go through this?
I've been to your office to seek the
Speaker.
Please. Excuse me, sir. Can you read the order book, Rule 6 and subsection 2, to know that Honorable Obi Agocha, I represent the great people, Mr. Speaker, of Iguano, Umaya North and Umaya South Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm an Abia man. Mr. Speaker, I rise on Order 6, Rule 2, matters of privilege.
What do you want to... Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the opportunity. I wish to draw the attention of Mr. Speaker and the House that on the 26th of August, 2025, I wrote a letter to Mr. Speaker, the House of Representatives, as well as a letter to the Attorney General of the Federation and a letter to Mr. President, urging for the urgent intervention request in the deteriorating health conditions of my constituent, Nnamdi Kanu. Up until today, Mr. Speaker, I have yet to receive any response from Mr. Speaker, from Mr. President, and from the Attorney General, despite the deteriorating health of Nnamdi Kanu, whom has been evaluated by his own team of doctors and came up with a report which was attached to the letter that was submitted to Mr. Speaker and to the President and as well to the Attorney General. Second evaluation has been conducted by the Nigerian Medical Association, and the results even further confirms the deteriorating health of Nnamdi Kanu, that he has organ deficiencies, low potassium, and that he is, as we speak, on the verge of death. Mr. Speaker, at the instruction of the court instructed in 8 days for the Nigerian Medical Association to also do their own assessment. So there are 3 reports now, Mr. Speaker, all leading to the same direction. I quote the judge. The judge says, "It's only a man who is alive and living can stand trial." Mr. Speaker, this is not politics or any other thing, but it is a fundamental human right that should be ascribed to Nnamdi Kanu. Most other people in that gap have been given opportunities to even travel overseas to seek medical attention. Nnamdi Kanu is neither convicted of any crimes in Nigeria and must be protected under the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So, Mr. Speaker, a lot of progress has been made in order to see that the government does the right thing to be able to afford Nnamdi Kanu the urgent treatment that he needs. It's significant, Mr. Speaker, if otherwise.
My dear honorable colleague,
yes, sir.
I do not see where your privilege is conflicted here.
I have not received a letter that I wrote to the Speaker. I'm a member of the House, and my office deserves a response, whether it's positive or not. But as a member, and the letters were received by your office on the 27th of August, right here.
Is
so
the letter you wrote to
received,
Mr. Speaker's office just a notification?
Not a notification,
or a demand for a certain action to be taken?
Yes, we requested for a certain action, which was to intervene in the medical condition of Nnamdi Kanu, whom is now, his health condition is deteriorating.
If it is something specific to the office of the Speaker, Honorable, I find it a little bit intriguing that you will come by way of a privilege to demand action to be taken.
Mr. Speaker, the letter was written.
The Speaker that you have direct
Mr.
access
Speaker,
to.
the letter was written since August 26th.
You have direct, unfettered, Honorable.
Yes, sir.
Unfettered access to my office. This is not the kind of thing that I would expect that will come by way of privilege.
It is a matter of privilege.
If it is something beyond you, from the outside, but if it is something that is a letter written to my office, you know, a phone call from you, A visit to my office can solve the problem, so I don't think if...
Mr. Speaker, I've been to your office, Mr. Speaker.
So you mean
I've
you
also
have
submitted the
explored
letter,
all
Mr.
options
Speaker.
and opportunities. You couldn't see me except here.
I've come to your office, Mr. Speaker. We just resumed today.
I don't think
We
this,
just resumed today,
this
Mr. Speaker.
request you
And it's equally important, Mr. Speaker.
Please, Honorable,
Order, please.
Honorable, please.
Please be
step
guided.
it down because it is not the right thing to do.
Yes.
Please, I beg you. Step it down.
Please be guided.
Mr. Speaker, it is
Please
a
be
matter,
guided.
Mr. Speaker, it's a matter of life and death.
Please,
My constituent life
please
is
be
at stake.
guided.
I
And
am trying to tell you the
the attention
procedure.
of the House, Mr.
This
Speaker.
is not right. Step it down and
Please.
see me if you want any action concerning any letter you have written to me. You don't need to
Mr.
go
Speaker,
by way of this.
the
Please be
House
guided.
excuse me, sir. The House